All right. How we doing tonight? I am Mike, and this is the Not Ghost Host podcast, and I am your ghost host. Anyway, tonight is going to be a night of informative information for y'all. I am going to tell you and show you all the equipment that I take out on investigations, and this way you get an idea of what you can use, and it isn't crucial that you have it either. You can do without a lot of this stuff, but if you buy it secondhand through eBay, or maybe if you go to garage sales, you'll find a lot of it, because a lot of it is tools. Tools that electricians use, HVAC guys, a lot of sound equipment and recording devices. A lot of things you can get, secondhand, and, at a good value. So with that, I am going to start out with, of course, your simplest piece of equipment that you should have with you. You need to have a recording device. Now, most people have one of those today because it's their phone. Very capable of doing voice recordings. It is very capable of doing top quality video and photographs. You can use it for so many different options. One of them that I use for my phone for is I have a FLIR. I have a FLIR 1, they call it FLIR 1, attaches to my iPhone, and it does, I'm going to say pretty good at, seeing infrared heat signatures. In fact, I have already caught a very good apparition on my FLIR 1, and quite impressed with it. It shows just like the big boys. In fact, I use it for home inspections. It shows overheating circuits, and shows, window leaks and stuff like that. So temperature changes. And it's relatively cheap. It's about $150. And that's why I said it's relatively cheap. It isn't cheap, but it is relatively cheap. And that's one of the higher end pieces of equipment. It's made by FLIR, so it's a top name. You can get cheaper brands on Amazon and probably eBay. I use name brands because that's what I'm used to when it comes to my jobs that I do. I was a carpenter for 20 years, and I was a sheriff for 18. So I was familiar with quite a bit of equipment. We use recording devices in the sheriff's department. We use all sorts of different equipment as carpenters and in the trades. So you learn to see what the trades use, and you go with that stuff. Electricians use Klein tools, and HVAC people use Klein tools, and this is one of them. This is an infrared temperature gauge, and you don't have to buy a Klein. I do. I've had it for several years. I trust the name. Once again, this was probably, when I purchased it, it was probably around $200. But I'm in the job for it. It wasn't that, I just bought it for paranormal investigations, but it comes in handy for that because you can tell temperature changes instantly. It's non-touch, and it does have a option for ambient temperature. So I just hook up a plug-in thing on the side that reads the ambient temperature. So it's very valuable in that sense. Real quick, easy tool to use, and you can buy the cheaper brands at Harbor Freight, Amazon, eBay, what have you. Another very important piece are your digital voice recorders. I like old and new technology. I believe that the older technology is just as good as the new technology. It was said back in the day that EVPs were easily picked up with the cassette style voice recorders. So with that, I went on eBay and I purchased this Olympus palm quarter, pearl quarter. This one is called. They used to be called palm quarters, and Olympus, another well-named brand that most people use in the ghost hunting community, and this is said because of the cassettes being magnetic, easily picks up EVPs. I don't remember the exact reason why, but I can kind of relate because it, again, magnetic is an energy. And supposedly spirits are energy. So I want to say when I purchased this, it was $25, something like that. The other is the newer digital voice recorders. This is a Sony. I have an Olympus digital recorder. This has the USB direct plug-in, so it has its own memory. It is stereo sound. You can hook headphones to it and listen as you're recording, or you can do a playback while you're in the field and use noise-canceling headphones and get, hear things a lot better. Both of these technologies are perfect for the field. Lightweight, small, convenient. Again, this is, these are high-end pieces. These aren't little toys that you used to get back in the day. Now, on the higher end, which a lot of teams that are you starting to use now, is the Tascams and the Zooms. I have a Zoom, and it's the H6, and I'll show that to you in a second here. The reason I got the H6 is because I can put up to 6 microphones connected to it, and it comes with an XY mic and an MS mic, and it's convenient. It can be mounted to a tripod in the back here. There's 2 ports for microphones there, and on the other side there's 2 more ports, and then there's the port for the built-in mic. Well, it's really not a built-in mic, but it comes with an XY mic, and this is what the XY mic looks like, and it just slides onto the top here. And this model is adjustable to 90 degree or 120 degree, and you can do one at 90 and you can do the other at 120. and it picks up in directions according to the way that the mic is shaped. Then it has this MS mic, which is your typical unidirectional stereo microphone. It has left and right on the, well, you can't really see that too well, but left and right on the top, and I guess you need directions left and right. But they have they have voil control. Yes, they do. They have volume control, or gain, if you will. And so I can put either one of those microphones on top and use it completely by itself, just like that, or I have 4 unidirectional plate mics. These are Audio-Technica, and they are great. It looks tiny, but the sound is huge. Very sensitive microphones. They're meant for instruments. A lot of guys use this in the drums. There's a lot of these are stage mics, so it will pick up quite a bit of sound in this little package right here. And each one of these, I have 25-foot cords. So with this Zoom H6, I plug these in, and I can go in 25 feet. I can go in any direction I want. And becomes very useful when you are doing large areas, factories or old buildings or hospitals, and you might have a location that has several hallways, schools, churches, whatnot, and so forth. So that becomes very useful in that factor. But also on the top of this, they have an adapter, which I do not have, and I will probably be looking into very shortly. And it allows for 2 additional microphone setups. So I can use any type of microphone with it that is, what do they call these? Wow. Yeah, my memory's doing real well. 3-pin, wow. Well, 3-pin microphone cords, not USB. And it's just slipping my mind right now, and I have no idea why I can't think of it. I'm looking at them, but I can't even think of it when I'm looking at it. But anyway, I'm going to move along because otherwise I'll be stuck on that forever. And I don't want to do that. I also have the Zoom PodTrack P4. It's a mixer generally used for podcasting, which is what I'm using now for this podcast, but I can take it in the field because it's lightweight and handheld. Right now there's too many wires connected to it, but you can look it up. It's the Zoom PodTrack P4, and it has the capability of recording as well, and I can put 4 microphones to it, and I can also connect my iPhone to it, and I can also connect a USB microphone to it if I so desired. So there's several different options. Plus it has sound effects. Yeah, if you're getting bored and you can't find any ghosts, then, I have the sound effects for it. And it has room for 4 headphones, which is very awesome. And each microphone is independently controlled. And I can mute any microphone that I want at any time. So I don't want to disconnect them, mess around with the stuff or whatever. I can just mute it. Very good. Very good product, and it was relatively cheap. It was only $100 and some, brand new on Amazon. So that's another recording device that I can take in the field. It is lightweight. It is rechargeable. Or is it battery? Battery. That's another advantage to having. I can have up to 9 microphones off of just 2 voice recorders, and plus have my 2 small voice recorders for other locations, other rooms, and never run out of voice recorders. So that is the voice recording part of this. Then we have the other, what I consider probably one of the most important pieces of equipment, and you're going to think that it's high tech. Well, it's low tech. It is in the UK, in Europe, called a torch. In the United States, it is called a flashlight. And there it is. Okay, headlamp. And different colors. I like the red and the green. So, you don't contaminate your area. And you can still see with it. Very good options there. And if you're having an emergency, it will flash. That's the nice thing about that. Plus, I have a flashlight right here. Sorry about that. But it has a wide beam, good light, and it is adjustable. It is magnetic. So I can, attach it to certain things in different locations. They have always metal somewhere. And most of the time, I clip it to my vest. So I have it facing forward. It's not in my eyes. I don't care who sees it otherwise than that. And I can see where I'm going. And it leaves my hands free. So both the headlamp and that one, I can have hands free. The other flashlight that I carry is a mini mag light. But I don't use the mini mag light for sight. I use it for communicating with spirits. And you ask how? Well, if you are familiar with the mini mag light, you twist the head till it comes on, and it's a regular, just everyday old flashlight. Not very bright, but it will get the job done. And it is focusable, so you can get a nice beam and see where you're going. But if you turn it to where it just turns off, you can wiggle it around, and the better ones, the mini mag lights that are constructed properly, won't turn on when you shake it around like this here. But if you ask questions of during a EVP session, let's say, and you suggest to them, there's a flashlight over there that you can get the power from, get your energy up from, what have you. Can you turn that flashlight on? And I have seen it worked just a few months ago, 2 months ago exact, and worked really well. So these you can buy anywhere, just about, and they're relatively cheap, $19, what have you. Good tool to have. Another important tool is your cameras. You don't need that many. You don't need a lot. I have an excessive amount. I have my regular video cameras, and I have 4K and 8K cameras. In fact, the one that I'm using right now for this podcast is a field camera for me. It's an Andor 4K, 48 megapixel, and very, very nice camera. You can see the picture. And it does a really good job. And when it acts up, and I mean acts up because of a paranormal investigation, it has never once acted up doing this podcast, recording anything for family functions or anything like that. But I was at a investigation where this camera refused to play audio. And I have no idea why. The microphone was plugged in and turned on because it does have an independent microphone. And it was fully charged, and the charger was still there. I mean, the light was on and everything. It just didn't pick up any audio. It was plugged in properly, everything else. Picture was crystal clear. Night vision, I had it shooting in night vision, and the picture was awesome. So I don't understand what happened, but that's the camera we're using right now, so obviously it's not broken. But anyway, that is one of the cameras I use. And then I have an 8K camera, which I no longer use because it's for my other podcast that we do, and that's set up permanently in my studio, and which I'd rather leave it there and not use it. So I bought another camera for videoing. And I need intervention. I'm buying stuff crazy. But anyway, I'm going to show you that camera right now, and I am extremely impressed with this camera. I mean, it's an 8K. It is, it has a separate microphone, plug-in microphone, and it has a light that comes with it. It comes with 2 charging cords, one for the light and one for the camera, 2 batteries, a nice little carrying bag. It's a foldable little, camera bag, but it doesn't really, it's made for convenience. It's a strange camera. That and being that it is more for, it's great for podcasting because it has a camera that faces you, and the main camera faces either the scenery that you're looking at or whatever event you're at. So you can record yourself, talking, interviewing somebody, which is kind of cool, I think, because being a creator, that is really interesting. And the most impressive part about this entire camera is not only the quality, but the price. When I get this camera and show it to you, you are going to be impressed. Okay, so this is the camera. As you can see, it is a pistol grip style camera. It has that light on it. That's the additional microphone, or I shouldn't say but it's the plug-in microphone. You open the viewfinder and it comes on instantly for you. This right here is the camera that would be facing me, obviously. And this lens here is what takes the audience or the event or the area that you're taking a picture of. It has hot shoes. I'm sorry, they're cold shoes. I think at least one of them is a cold shoe, and the other one might be a hot shoe. I'm not sure. It does have a built-in flash because it does take still pictures. It takes video in 8K, 4K, 5K, and it has a 2 batteries. Comes with 2 batteries, and It is an impressive piece of equipment. Right now I have it set at 4K 30 feet per second, which I thought I changed that earlier. Maybe I didn't. I'll have to check that and make sure. But again, it's fully automatic, ISO auto, EV -0, and it has an automatic shutoff, and it came with a SD card installed, and then it had a little case for it, and it says SD card installed. So I knew that. It has night vision. It has all the regular qualities of a regular camera, and really, really, really functional. I love it, and I can't wait to use it at the next investigation, because it is going to be, I'm going to be very impressed with it. I am impressed with it already. I've been messing around with it ever since I got it. And for $29, I can have an arsenal of these. And they're all tripod mountable, unipod mountable, or selfie stick mountable, whatever has that quarter 20 thread at the bottom. And I'm sure there's plenty of other options that I'm not even, I haven't even fully checked this thing out yet, and I can't wait to see all the options that it does have. But I'm impressed with the fact, A, that it is pistol grip, and I can, if the light was powered on, which I will do, I want to see what happens here, because there's a button on the side here. I don't know what that's doing, but it's supposed to be for the light. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's perfect. I did not know that. That up there is not just a flash. It is a light. Unbelievable. That I did not. I just found that out. And it's controllable by the on and off switch. Awesome. So I don't even need this big light. But the big light is nice because I can turn it around and I have it facing me. So, picture in picture, I can use the front light for the subject, and I can use the big light for myself, which is awesome. I didn't even notice that. The one thing I am noticing is that the battery time kind of goes out quickly, so you have to be ready to be able to change it. But very good camera. Doesn't matter. I'll buy 100 batteries for the money that I save buying this camera. Okay, now my next camera is just a regular Pentax digital camera. It is high quality. I'm sorry. It takes high quality pictures, very impressive pictures. And it was, again, an eBay purchase. I don't need to spend big money on these things. I think I paid $40 for this camera, and comes with all the regular options. Nice lens, automatic, fully automatic. It has Night Shot and all that other wonderful stuff. Again, a built-in flash and, all kinds of options on it. Very quick to pull out of the case, and it also is operated by 4 AA batteries, which I love. All right, come on now. I got something in the lens and wow, what the heck did I do? Anyway, I'm not going to waste time on this. I'll get that out later. It's in the ridges of the sun thing. Sun, the day. Sun lens cover, whatever. Okay. Now a special camera. Most teams now are using full spectrum cameras, and I don't understand the difference between full spectrum and night vision. I know what full spectrum is, but I don't know why it would be any different than night vision. They work on the same basis. The difference being is with full spectrum, all it is just a UV filter that is being removed from the lens to allow UV in, and I guess they're saying that spirits show up better on, or can show up better on these full spectrum cameras. However, a full spectrum camera is not made. You have to disassemble a digital camera such as the Pentax and remove the filter. So a lot of people out there, you can send the camera to them and they will fix that for you. They'll take the UV filter out. However, at that point, the camera is no longer good to take normal pictures with. It is strictly a full spectrum camera. It lets all light colors in. It is no longer usable for any type of photography other than the full spectrum type of picture, which is a kind of a purplish pinkish color, depending on the camera. And they do take unique pictures, and that's why some photographers had done it in the past, to take pictures of trees and landscape and stuff, and they turn out really cool looking. Then I guess some ghost investigators decided that might be a good way to take pictures of apparitions or what have you, and I guess it really caught on. So I bought the Pentax with every intention to take it apart and do that. However, I was doing some research and I wanted to find out the best cameras in order to turn them into full spectrum. Excuse me. Yawning time. Anyway, it is 11. No, it is 12 o'clock at night. But anyway, I Googled best cameras for conversion to full spectrum. And surprisingly, there is a camera that you do not need to disassemble to get it to use to take pictures in full spectrum. There's 3 models of it, and I chose the middle model because the latter model improved something, but it took away from the full spectrum section of it. And the earlier model just wasn't as clear, or the quality just wasn't there yet. However, it, even without the best quality, it's still a great quality camera, and it is the Sony CyberShot DSC F707, F717, and the 817. All three of those cameras are capable of shooting in full spectrum without having to convert the camera or disassemble the camera to convert it. So this is the camera right here. Okay. It seems like it's a very long lens or what have you. And I don't really know the purpose for all that lens. It's not a, it doesn't have a huge field of view. You have a digital zoom, and I forget how much, 10 times digital zoom. So it's really not that big of a lens for that. There is a built-in lens, or a built-in flash on it that pops up off the top here. But what makes this camera unique is right under here on this side. If you take a rare earth magnet and you just run it back and forth here a little bit, once you figure it out, it's easier. It takes me one time now, but if you run it back and forth, you will hear a clicking sound, and that clicking sound is actually removing the UV filter out of the way. And what's nice about that is, once you are done taking your full spectrum camera or your full spectrum pictures, you turn the camera off, turn it back on, it's back to normal again. Does no harm to the filter, nothing. It works just fine. It takes beautiful pictures in both aspects. This camera also has night shot and night framing. You can take video as well as audio, or video as well as still shots with it. It's just like your regular digital camera. The viewfinder is convertible, so you can turn it on to this viewfinder, or you just use the digital lens. The other beautiful thing about this is that. Okay. So I can take the picture right now straight up in the sky and looking at normal angles. Or I could be in a crowd taking the picture up here and looking just like that. Not hoping that I'm getting the picture, I'll be able to get the picture. Okay? Or if I want to look down, directly down at the viewfinder, I can do that as well. So very, very good camera. I bought this used on eBay, and I believe I paid $108. I think it was $108, something like that. Not very expensive at all. Not for a camera that you can use full spectrum and turn it on and off and get it back to normal camera, and being a Sony high quality CyberShot DSC F717. There's the F817 and the F707, which both can be used in the same way. However, the 707 wasn't quite as advanced as this one, and the 817 is a little bit too advanced, and you can use it the same way, but there was complaints about something. I don't remember what it was. Okay, the other very useful camera for investigations is, believe it or not, the Polaroid Instamatic cameras. Okay, there's one right here. I got it from a Salvation Army, or the likes of the Salvation Army, whatever that is, other stuff is, AMVETS or Goodwill. I think it was Goodwill. And, this is one of those cameras that you just load the film in there, and the film contains the battery, and you get 16 pictures. The problem with that is the camera was cheap. I think I only paid $5 for it, but the film is $35 for 16 shots. But being an Instamatic camera, you get your photograph immediately, and for whatever reason, they have been known to get a lot of apparitions shown on them for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because of the processing stuff on the inside, but hey, it is what it is. Good camera for that though, and the camera's cheap, but the film is a little bit expensive. But for 16 pictures, that's quite a bit. Now, my other camera that I like to use is very similar to my voice recorder. It is a cassette style camera. And again, it is a Sony. And I believe it's the Sony Handycam. And I won it in a group of stuff from an auction. So I don't even think I paid $5 for the thing, because the whole bill was only $35, and I got several items. So it came with 2 batteries, and I bought 2 more batteries. It came with a cassette tape already in it, and it was used, but you can use them over and over again, which is nice. I did buy some extra ones, and I got those off of Amazon, and they were relatively cheap. But this is the Sony Digital Handycam. Kind of convenient, kind of small. Once again, you just open up the side, and this one I think I have to power on. Yeah, this one I have to power on, but again, it came just like this for about $5. But once again, it is a cassette tape and mini DV model tape. But all cassettes, doesn't matter if it's video or audio, it's not much bigger than the mini cassette tape. Again, magnetic. You have to be careful with magnetic. I don't know how many people are familiar with it, but you have to be careful, because if you get a magnet near it, you will erase, if not all of it, at least part of what you've recorded. So you can't put, like, I'm going to be able to put a magnet next to that camera, but if I take that magnet anywhere near this one or my voice recorder, I could be in trouble. So I have to make sure I keep those separate, which for me won't be much of a problem, because I usually set my camera up on a tripod, and it's out of the way. So you don't get a long recording time with it, but it doesn't make any difference. You only use it when you need it. You only use it for special shots or stuff like that, and then you'll have plenty of time. There is one more camera that I believe every investigator should have. And sorry about that. I believe that this camera is something that every investigator should really consider getting. If they don't have them already, I believe they should. I think it's one of the most valuable pieces of equipment as far as cameras go that you can possibly have, because it takes a lot of pressure off of your capturing images. And it's as simple as what the police wear, body cams. Okay, this is my body cam, and this is very similar to the style that we had on the job. Mine was you didn't have a button to turn it on. Well, you did have a button, but you just tap the front and it would record automatically. But they also had 30 seconds prior and 30 seconds post your recording. Reason being is in case something happened beforehand and you weren't able to turn your camera on, it got 30 seconds before that. So that was quite important. But this one, very similar. It does 30 seconds before and 30 seconds post. It has a 180 lens, so I can flip it around if I need to hold it for something or clip it somewhere and video someplace else. Or I can put it straight up. I can put it in any angle I want, 180 degrees wise. It does have, let's say, you want to be a complete fool and mess around with it, and you want to be the polices, you can do that as well. You can, quite loud actually. You can go silent. Maybe not. But you can, it will go silent. I just don't know why I didn't do that. But the audio, the video quality is unbelievable. It is clear as a bell. It is 1080p at 30 frames per second, which is outstanding. It does automatic infrared, so that's not, automatic night vision, which is very cool. And I believe you can even turn that option off if you wanted to. But what it does is takes the mistake out of you. And what I mean by that is, let's say you are getting ready for you're walking someplace and you're getting ready to go another location and you don't have your camera out. This will take the place of that camera, and as long as you have it clipped to your let's say you have it clipped to your hat. I mean, you can clip it to your hat and actually flip the lens so it's facing, out in front. It might not be the best video, but because of this, you might get a, something that you missed. You never know. So very important piece of equipment, very cheap piece of equipment, but very, very, worth it to get. And, easy to use, easy to work with. And, I have fun with mine. I took it on my cruise. And this took better pictures than my phone did. And that's a good quality phone. So with that being said, that is the extent of my cameras. Well, I have several more, and I'm not going to get into them. I got the mini CyberShot, handy cams and stuff like that. With pocket, throw them in your pocket. They're perfect for that. I've got 3 of those. And I do have several other cameras, but I don't bring them all the time. But again, your phone handles 2 of the 3 things that I was just talking about. It has a voice recorder on it. It has a video camera, and it has a still camera. So with that, I mean, you got all the bases covered. And most of the time, you can do voice recording at the same time you're videoing. You can turn on the voice recorder and then go into the camera. And the camera will pick up its audio, and then the voice recorder is still recording into itself. So, very good option there. A lot of people say, the camera can be, or the phone can be manipulated. Listen, if you're out there investigating for yourself, who cares if it was manipulated? Because you're the one that manipulated it. Okay? If you're not out there trying to prove it to the world, everything else, then that you have nothing to worry about. A lot of people just go out there for the fun of it and see what they can, catch. That's fine. Do you really need, to have all that other? No. All right, so now we're going to move on to the EMF tools. And I have several of these styles. This is a multi, so it does RF, EMF, EF, and MF. Microwave. And so it's EF, MF, and RF. Picks up the Wi-Fi, so you'll know if you're getting a Wi-Fi hit instead of a radio frequency hit. So it identifies that. This model is pretty good. I know you can't really see because of the light, and I can't do anything about that. But, it's all 3 are shown at the same time. So you know what you're getting. So that's very, very good. You can buy these all day long on Amazon for, anywhere from $30 all the way up to, $500. There's several different brands of that, and very very useful tool, especially if you're showing high I can't think tonight. High EMF that is responsible for a lot of hallucinations, a lot of headaches, things that people attribute to, being possessed or demon controlled. A lot of people blame it on the demons. Well, it's not so much a demon as it is high EMF, and that can be controlled. So, knowing you go in there to your location and you do a sweep, do a preliminary and do a sweep and have your control. This way you know what the EMF is going in. And if you get any EMF spikes, that might very well be a spirit. Like I said, I love that tool. It's several brands of it. And the first one, which ghost hunters want today, is the needle style. And that was the tri-field meter. Today they're very expensive. And I don't see any... Even though I like older technology, I don't see any advantage to that technology. The needle doesn't show you anything different than, digital. In fact, the digital being much more sensitive, and the tri-field meter, while it showed being a tri-field, you had to switch it to each field independently. These, I'm sorry, all one screen. And you can see everything happen in real time. Like I said, with the old tri-field, which are nice, they're very good, and they're very expensive now, because they're highly collectible because of the Ghost Hunting Society. Otherwise, they would have been tossed out years ago. But people saw the value in them, to ghost hunters, and they just shot the value way up. I'd buy these all day long. I don't care. That is not one of the technologies that has helped capture spirits. It might show the presence of one, but it's not going to capture it. So that does me no good. And yeah, it would be nice. I would love to own a tri-field just for the nostalgia of it. But other than that, I don't need it. Several different styles. There are a few that you want to stay away from, especially in the ghost hunting community. There are several knockoffs of the K2 meter. If you don't have an original K2 meter, you should try to find one. They're not so expensive, but it is the original K2. You want a K2 meter. They do have several brands that are knockoffs, but you don't know about the shielding, and that's very important when it comes to EMF and such. So yeah, you want to get as close to the original as possible. So if they boast about being highly shielded, that's what you're looking for. So you can get one of those and have a good ghost hunt. Again, there's so many different brands out there. It doesn't matter what you buy. As long as it has all three of those, you're good. You're golden. The other thing we're going to talk about, and that's probably going to be in the next episode, which will be coming up shortly. We're going to get into spirit boxes and spirit portals and other equipment that I haven't gone through. I've got several pieces left yet, and we're already at 1 hour. So I'm going to give up and call it a night because I'm yawning all over the place, and I don't like doing that in front of everybody. But it is nature, and nature's calling. So anyway, at this point, I am just going to call it a night, and then we'll pick up where I left off. I couldn't help it. I could not help it. I tried so bad. Oh well. Anyway, at this point, I am going to call it a night, and we'll see you guys next time. And thank you for listening. And remember, check out the Knot Podcast with Mike, Ed, and Lou. And that one is just for fun. This one is for the paranormal and supernatural. I like it all. So this is Mike signing out. Have a good night. Blessed week.